November 18th, 1999. The Japanese band Date of Birth and the Microvision studio Click Submit and Absolute Peak is unleashed into the world. Now firstly about the game, Planet DOB. You play as an alien named DOB exploring different parts of a city called Dobtown after becoming the victim of an experiment involving a device known as the Mind Light. This silly little game was made by Microvision and published by Hudson as a Japan-exclusive game for El Uno or PlayStation 1 for non-brain-rotted fans. Like I even have those. Like I even have fans. Okay. Now, about the band. Date of Birth, consisting of Kenichi, or Ken1 for short, Noriko, Isao, and Susumu. I really hope I pronounced those correctly. Sorry if I didn't. And they make really good music. Jenny, actually, you know what? Yeah, go check them out, actually. They're actually one of my favorite bands, yeah. Anyway, if you're a fan of the band itself, you know, the one with Matt and Mike Mahaffey, you'd love most of their music. Now, into the real details. And of course, there's the NPCs. There's tons of NPCs. Some walk around, some are inside buildings, some are unique, some are involved with the minigames. And my favorite... Yeah, okay, I think that's enough. Yeah, that's definitely enough. Anyway, next up, the role of the Bits. Bits are roughly 2-foot-tall creatures that are shaped like little inbred versions of the Amazon box man. And they basically store data for the town's central rock that was tricked into thinking. Also known as a CPU, or Computer Processing Unit. Mainly what I assume is being used for the city's internet. Next up, we have the kind of writing system that the NPC dialogue is written in katakana. The NPC dialogue is mostly in katakana, a Japanese writing system meant to feel either robotic or foreign. It is commonly used in Planet DOB for the character dialogue. Thank you for shopping at Walmart. Okay, now about the mini-games. You should know about these by now if you aren't a LARPer. You should know about these if you aren't a LARPer, dude. You should know about these. Okay, now next up, the fucking troublers. I hate these stupid fucking guys. Stop scaring off my bits, okay? Troublers are indestructible enemies that chase you around, generally when you have 2 to 3 bits. You can scare these guys off by going to the tornado alarm thingies and blaring those bad boys until the creature is no longer imminent. Next up, we're in the barely known category. Now we're getting to the point of no return. The track, How Do You Think, is not in the game. It is not in the game. Stop pretending it is. It is part of the album that is meant to go with the game, not the game itself. If you still think that, you're a LARPer, okay? You're a filthy little LARPer. And to those who don't know the definition, the modern day definition of a LARPer is someone who pretends to be a fan of something just to, be cool and stuff. Kind of like, how there's invincible LARPers. Now, about, the character prototypes in the music videos. As seen in the music video for the song Planet DOB, yes, there's a song, an album, and a game. We can see a few key differences between the character's earlier and modern designs. A good example is Shot. Totally not because he's the best character in the whole game. His original design had more of an orangish shirt. You can even see this left over in the little thing before the first surfing minigame part. Next up, DOB is almost invincible. This man has fallen off of buildings, gotten hit, and flattened by cars. Basically went through stuff that would leave a human only recognizable via DNA tracing. Next up, Planet DOB is not for everyone. There's references to stuff like drugs, and gambling, and I don't think we would want little Timmy Jimmy seeing that, would we? Next up, DOB is a pervert. Yay! Next up, we have the even less known category. Interactive promotional material. Back in the 90s, Date of Birth released some silly little interactive games to go along with their albums La 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 Roo and Fa La La Ra. These games were the most fever dreamish things I have ever seen, and I was scared in a good way while looking at showcases of these. It is so cool, but what in the Samuel Mountain is happening? What the fuck is this? Date of Birth's other albums. Bless you all the time, folk songs, Planet Dob, La Lu La Ru Fa La La Ra, After the Happy, etc. Date of Birth's former band name. Their debut name was called Mind Control. You're welcome. Honestly, that would have been a way cooler name. Next up, the Who Could Possibly Know category. The DOB is schizophrenic theory. Well, I mean, how else was he talking to a green canine? We're having this weird little sperm cell homunculus thing that's supposed to be a balloon, apparently, basically be a physical on-the-go Wikipedia page. Next up, the DOB could have brain damage theory. This is another thing that ties into that. So, when you see a few of his idle animations, like, one of them kind of being him wobbling around in a circle, for example, and also seeing him make dumb decisions despite probably being intelligent before the experiment, really makes you wonder how many brain cells he has left. Probably a single little chunk of nucleus or a myelin sheath. I don't think he's okay. Next up, holy yapload incoming, Dobtown is Toronto theory. So firstly, I would like to mention how the currency in Piece 5, rather than being yen, is a Western dollar sign. Now onto the physical traits of the city. While there may be blue traffic lights, which are commonly found in Japan, there's still plenty of evidence that we're not in Kansas, I mean Japan anymore, Dorothy. Like, the dollar sign I mentioned. There's also tons of English signs, and from what I've seen, the English signs are somewhat more common than the Japanese ones. Now, onto the climate and weather. The city has a surprising lack of snow, despite taking place in December. December! Are you kidding me? Now, keep that in mind, the amount of snow is really what's gonna filter out Japan, because those fellas can get up to 40 feet of snow. Holy shit. Salt your roads like they're McDonald's french fries from now on. What the fuck? And the winner of the whole category, from what I've found, Toronto, Ontario, Canada, or really all of Canada for that matter, can have extremely inconsistent weather. One moment you're in the same type of snowy hell that Japan gets, and the next you wonder if you got teleported to Iraqis, and you should start collecting some spikes. Probably due to the fact that Canada has a little atmospheric fever caused by a wildfire every now and then, and the fact that Canada, living up to the name of the soda, can be dry, even in Toronto, despite being next to a lake. How is that possible? I mean, it is possible, but it's kind of weird on how it's possible. Okay, whatever, I don't want to keep you guys waiting. Now here's the real hitter, the architecture. A mix of the old and new buildings and the fact that Reston Run is shaped like good old CN Tower. The little joke I'd like to add is the fact that Casterlight must really like South Park. Almost nobody other than me knows. Psychological horror theory. This one will actually be explained once we get to the so obscure it could just be bullshit here. Next up is the archived Planet Dob site. On Internet Archive, there's a little archive segment of the Planet Dob website. And it's on, you guessed it, the Wayback Machine. It's easy to access. If you go to the Planet Dob fandom page and look for a link to the site on the character pages where the source is listed, there you can find information on story, gameplay, characters, and even a gallery of 3D renders. The link is now on screen. Okay, now, sample of the Fitness Grand Pacer test. For one of the piece themes, specifically the song Something for Nothing,
Fitness Grand Pacer
often
test
misspelled as Something for Nothing, with no E, there is a very quiet sample of the song Feel It from the Fitness Grand Pacer test. This is especially prominent in the single instrument loops.
Feel it. Feel it. Feel it.
And lastly, the so obscure it could just be bullshit tier. Picky 1998. Recently I've heard about another game that Date of Birth worked on the soundtrack for. I couldn't find any info on it, so I believe that it's fake or completely lost media. I've heard that it was similar to Planet DOB, but a little more cyberpunkish, and you played as a guy with a computer for a head. Unfortunately, if you try to search a Picky CD-ROM, you'll get a motherfucking Arthur game in the search results instead. You know, maybe that's why this is lost media. Why? Next up, the You Are My Secret Tragedy. Date of Birth's biggest hit song, You Are My Secret, was used as the theme to a dark 1992 drama called, excuse me if I mispronounce this, Anata Dake Minai, please excuse me if I pronounce that wrong, or in English, Only You Can't See It, which paired with the psychological horror themes, and the Planet DOB fandom being insane and connecting anything with Date of Birth, to, you know, the PlayStation 1 game, even though it's probably not connected at all, has led fans to speculate that DOB is a manifestation of a broken mind. Sure, buddy, that's okay, buddy, sure. Sure, I think the fandom might be more schizophrenic than DOB. Okay. Okay. Hidden katakana messages. Dumbass playground-style rumor that, the community, has made, and it's basically a hoax rumor, that NPCs will have different dialogue depending on the PS1 internal clock settings. That is unverified bullshit! Sushi 3003. Date of Birth contributed a track to the very rare German compilation called Sushi 3003 in 1996. The liner notes for this CD contain some of the only English language lore about the band's graphics obsession ever published. 144 bits rumor. The rumor that if you 100% the game and let the game run idle for 24 hours, apparently a secret track is supposed to play. Whoa! This is also just unverified hogwash. Like,
that's just plain poppycock.
Next up, scientifically backed music. Planet DOB is supposed to be a calm game. It's not from my personal experience. But there's a little rumor that Date of Birth picks specific frequencies and note progressions that are meant to reduce stress. Those don't exactly work when I'm raging at the minigames like a Wendigo trapped in the basement that's only fed 4 locos and narcotics. And lastly, probably the happiest one, Ken 1 messing with Photoshop. Some people claim that somewhere in the game's files are silly, wacky, distorted images of the band members. Because, you know, Ken 1 enjoys messing with image processing programs. And you know, I also like messing with image processing programs. Those are cool. That's honestly pretty cool. Everyone likes messing with Photoshop or similar programs. You know, man, that's just cool. That is cool. Nice. Nice. Yeah. And as a final message, I'd like to announce that I'm working on a Planet DOB fan game called Galactic Groove. Now, for my classic outro.
Get off your computer and eat dicks.
It's big and it's gooey, it's saucy and it's chewy. What's in my mouth? It's gotta be dicks.